Oh, hello. Okay, so just another hangout while I make some food here. I wanna cover these chocolates or these strawberries in chocolate. I have the chocolate right here. We have milk chocolate, and this is 60% dark chocolate. I'm just using what I have left. Sleeves need to stay up though, and I don't want to touch them because everything is all clean. So I have to figure out how to temper this chocolate. The key to doing things like with candy is to make sure you have a thermometer, because if you don't have this, it's going to make your job way harder. For this, I know they're telling you to use a double boiler because we're actually tempering it. We're not just going to dip it in the chocolate. We're going to temper the chocolate so that it gets all like shiny and pretty. I have my hot plate here, and I have this large metal bowl that I put on top of the pan to suspend it, and the pot is full of water that I heated, and it has to get hot enough to melt your chocolate. So I'm looking at these directions because I've only done this once. It worked very well when I did it, but I only did it one time. So get your chocolate, do the double boiler, heat over hot but not boiling water. It's not boiling, so that's good. We know that it can't do that, so this is probably the best thing to use. And then it says stirring constantly until it reaches 110 to 115, and do not get any of the water or any liquid into this chocolate. I mean, I think there are ways to mix it in, but now that I'm thinking about it, that might be risky, so I might have to look that up, because look what I got. I thought it might be kind of nice to mix cake batter flavoring into some of the chocolate, and I have cookie butter, this. I have Biscoff like extract. I thought that would be really delicious to make like a flavored chocolate, but I'm not confident in that plan currently because I don't want it to seize up, and chocolate will definitely seize up if you put liquid in it too fast. Maybe while you're mixing it, but if I wanted to do multiple flavors, and I'd have to get a whole other bowl to do this, and I really don't. But the plans for these, I would like to tell you about my plans for these things. So I have the cake batter flavoring, which I was talking about making like edible cookie dough and making little truffles with it. And I have this cookie butter because I'd like to attempt to make a cheesecake again. I didn't have a very good time with the cheesecake that I made last time because I have my toaster oven, and the toaster oven like gets so hot compared to a normal oven. I might have to get a side thermometer for my toaster oven because it was like not cooking, and then suddenly it was overcooked, and it like ruined my cheesecake. I ate it. It didn't taste like horrible, but it wasn't that great. So we're gonna measure out some chocolate. It says desired amount, so I guess you don't have to be so specific, but I'm gonna see how much chocolate I even have first. That's a half a cup of milk chocolate. Let's see how much of this dark chocolate we even have. I hope it doesn't mess up. So about a half a cup of dark chocolate. So far we're at 1 cup. I don't know how much chocolate we would need for these. So let's do another half a cup of the milk chocolate. And if we have extras, I make a candy where I take the chocolate, melt it into like little coins, and then traditionally I've put sunflower seeds on top of it and a little bit of cayenne red pepper and a little bit of cinnamon. But oh no, I forgot my cayenne. So we're gonna see what we can do first. I probably will go grab that cayenne in a little bit, see how much chocolate we have after we do the strawberries. So now there is 1.5 cups of chocolate in the double boiler, and as it cooks, you want to stir it, and oh, it's melting. That's good. And you want to melt it all the way down. So let's see what temperature we're supposed to be at when we remove it. It says to avoid heating your chocolate to 130, so be careful. So I want to be clear. I'm using the Ghirardelli website because this is Ghirardelli chocolate, and I don't really know if there's like differences in like temperature for melting chocolate, but this is that brand. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've mixed chocolate and melted it, but again, I'm not very good at tempering anything. I've only done it one time. It worked out good, but one time is not enough for me to feel quite confident in it yet. So let's see. Oh, okay. And I toasted some pecans. Why is that so much louder? I guess that's just a much louder song. Sorry about that. It's that Clay Stars song that I wrote. So these are toasted pecans. I'm going to crush them up, and I'm going to crush up some of these Biscoff cookies and put them, at least these two things, and some cinnamon on top of some of these strawberries. So I have my motor pestle thing. This is what you use to crush up spices, and I'm going to use it to not just crush up the cinnamon stick. This is so annoying. I'm going to crush up probably just like half a cinnamon stick, but before we do that, actually, I'm going to crush up some of these Biscoff cookies, probably just like 3 or so, because I need these to make my Biscoff cheesecake. I can always buy them again, but if I can get them open. Wow, maybe I should have done this before. I didn't expect this to be so hard. And you gotta remember not to leave your chocolate for too long, so I really wish this would be... How do you even eat these things? I don't have a knife up here. That's not gonna work. Oh, I think I'm getting there. Okay, yeah, I got it. Ooh. Now let me stir my chocolate before I do that, because it's already been a little bit here. So it's melting good, and you want to make sure it's almost completely melted, but you got to check the temperature. So when it's getting like close, don't just like ignorantly allow it to continue. You got to check it, because if it is, let's make sure we know the temperature again. Okay, so about 110 to 115, and then you take it off the heat and you let it cool to about 80 and 82. Then you return it to the double boiler and get it to 87.91. So it's quite a, you got to be very careful with this. It demands a lot of attention, really. So that'll be cool, though, because it looks so much better. It's all shiny and it snaps. That's how you get that chocolate snap, is by tempering it. All right. So mix it up again. It's going good, but I need to hurry up and get these other things. Maybe I should have done this before I started, but I took so long getting started, though. I could never like cook professionally because, ooh, okay, so we got 5. Smells pretty good. Not as strong as I expected them to smell. I thought they would smell more like cinnamon and stuff, or is that just what's in the butter? Don't crush it up entirely. You want some like decent sized chunks, but you don't want like a giant one either. I'm excited for this, though. I'm like getting hungry again. I ate fine, but hanging out with all the food is making me hungry. Okay, so see, it's kind of got some choppier pieces in there and some crumbs. I think I'll just go over just a little bit there. Oops. And I have these coffee filters to hold some of the stuff in, because I have a bunch of dishes here, but not enough. You know what? I have this container. We're going to just put these in here for now. No, actually, I need to put them into the napkin so that if I do end up mixing chocolate flavors, I don't think I'm going to now. I also have vanilla powder, and I was going to sprinkle this onto the cake batter ones with like little spread. Again, I don't really know how I feel about doing that, because I remembered I could easily ruin my chocolate that way, and then it would be pointless. Then it would be pointless. Like, it's getting to where it needs to be, so Let's gauge it. Okay, so it's on Fahrenheit. Oh, you gotta, I know this sounds like so ditzy, but I am a little bit ditzy, to be honest. I was trying to make fudge, okay? And I'm in the US, so our temperatures, like, we gauge off Fahrenheit. My thermometer was on Celsius, and I was like trying to heat it up to like some crazy, absurd high number. So, okay, I'd like to get this up 110 to 115. Let's scrape it down so that we can see. And again, be so careful. Oh, my battery just flew off. Be so careful, or the battery cover, not to get this too hot. And again, it says 130. Don't get it to 130. That's too hot. All right, we're looking for 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Still going. I think we need more time. Hello, we are tempering chocolate, or attempting to. Hopefully it works. It's the good chocolate. I don't want to ruin it. We'll leave that sit for a little bit, and then I gotta pop this thing back on. I don't want a battery falling into my food. So that's going. Oh, don't drop, don't fall, don't fall. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna clean that off, I think. What do I got over here? I don't want to put that directly on the towel. I don't have any napkins. I'll just use this coffee filter. I don't want to get it on there. It's dripping on the stuff. Okay. Now that we got our Biscoff things crushed up, let's do these toasted pecans. And again, you don't want to crush it into a powder. You just want them to be visible, and it would be a good idea to have a few smaller pieces so that you get a little extra taste, not just the big pieces. And this thing is very effective, so I don't think you need to do it for too long. There. I'll put this one in a container for now, and because the oils will seep out of it if you put it in a paper thing. And then if we need it, let's go back to it. Okay, let's check our chocolate again. It wasn't very close yet, so we probably have some time. But let's just check, because sometimes this stuff kind of this will progress very quickly. I can smell the strawberries. All right, so where are we at now? It's going up faster this time, so I think it's warmer. So 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit is the first step. And then we take it off, and it has to get to 80 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you put it back onto the heat, and you have to cook it or heat it up to 87 to 91. I don't want to mess this up. I got to be careful. And that's how, again, that's how it gets like snappy and shiny and pretty. Let me see. Yep, so it's at 62. This might be a little bit boring, but this is very important. And this has a little snappy thing, so you can actually attach it to your bowl or your pot and hold it and keep track of the temperature. I don't want it to like pop up though. Oh, good, it's facing the wrong way. Let's turn this. And again, if you're moving this, be very, very careful to not get water in your chocolate. I cannot stress that enough. You'll have beautiful melted chocolate. You get a single drop of water in it, it'll seize, and that means it gets all hard and grainy. And I think there are ways to fix it, but not if you burn it too, because if you burn it, there's no going back. You got to dump it because it'll taste gross. 1 second, please. Okay, I had to message my buddy, one of my besties. So, let me see if we got any. There hasn't really been people on here, which is okay, but I hope they do watch it, because this is a very important skill in cooking. Well, candy. It's like one of the first steps I would think that you'd have to learn to make good candy. Let's see where we are now. Probably not quite where we need to be. So we'll start getting the cinnamon together. I'm going to grate fresh cinnamon. And when you're using fresh spices, like actual sticks of cinnamon, like full spices, the taste is a lot more intense than when you buy it, because when they grind it up, like some of the oil, I guess it'll like evaporate, I guess, because it'll after time get very weak, especially the older spices. So these are very new, so you don't need a lot of it, but definitely I want to use enough to notice. Probably just like a little, let me see if you can see that, a little teeny stick. That might be good. We'll see how much we get out of it. We're not going to need that much, but it depends on how many of these I want to make. If I want to make more of the Biscoff ones, I'll crush it up. So we have pecans and broken down pecans, crushed up Biscoff, a lot of sprinkles, and that's some flavorings, which again, I'm worried about the chocolate seizing up, and this has been a lot of work to get this all set up. Even though it's something so simple, I can't imagine like how hard it is to run an actual cooking show. Maybe I'll just do this whole stick. It's a small stick, and I can always put it to the side for something else. Oh, and when you crush up cinnamon, it's so strong that you can feel like burning in your eyes while you crush it. Like you can like actually feel it in the air. I already am now. Let's check our chocolate, because again, we're trying to get to 110 to 115, and you don't want it to get up to 130. Apparently that's how you ruin it. Probably start burning it at that point. This is taking a while, but I'd rather it take a while than it happen way too fast and then you have burnt chocolate or ruined chocolate. We're not at 65, are we? That's lower than it was. That doesn't make sense. 66. 66 so far. Woo, we got a while to go. At least it gives me time to crush up the cinnamon. I really hope none of this stuff falls. I'm going to move these away from the edge. That would be quite a problem. I already dropped a few. I dropped one into the sink and I had to wash it, and then I had to eat it because I didn't think that would be okay to give to other people. It tasted great though. I know that if I waited another day, these would be destroyed. They'd be disgusting if I waited even like 1 or 2 more days, I think. I'm glad I got to it today. Now granted, it is 2 o'clock in the morning and I have to work in the morning, but I didn't wake up until late anyways. So, oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. But it's nice to have you around. Thanks for joining me making chocolate-covered strawberries. Okay, so it's melted really nice, but see, it's melted really nice, but it's just not quite hot enough yet. I'll let it keep going. Keep an eye on it. Make sure you get your sides scraped too, so you don't waste it. Get it like I think it's a good idea to get it like into a pile in your bowl, so that way you can get an accurate temperature, because you're not going to go very close to the bottom, which is going to be warmer. It'll give you like I would think the medium of the temperature in the bowl, hopefully. Plus it'll mix in your hot chocolate with your cold chocolate, and I think it would probably help you. That's probably why you have to stir it constantly, because it probably regulates the temperature a lot better, because otherwise it's just sitting like in a pile, and so one side of it would be getting more heat. This is taking a while. I kind of want to turn the heat up, but I feel like that'll be the biggest mistake I make in my life. I'll turn it up a little bit. I'll just have to keep a really close eye on it. Just because, it is 2 o'clock in the morning. This chocolate is taking some time. But I fell asleep. I didn't feel good today. So I slept in until like 1 p.m. or something like that. I don't usually get tired until I've been up for like 15 hours. Then I start getting tired. And then I like to sleep for like 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. I've literally slept for like 15, 17 hours before. Yeah, depression. Nah, I like sleeping though. I always feel so much better when I'm sleeping. Woo! When you run out of energy, I don't know, I just feel awful when I run out of energy. It ruins everything. I get this like physical feeling in my body of like actual like physical stress on my body. I couldn't imagine. Oh, I was listening to people talk about how they stayed up for like 3 days in a row. I think I've done like 1.5, and I just like start crying and freaking out and thinking like horrible, evil thoughts about just, I don't know, everything being horrible for just like the most pitiful person I become without sleep. Coffee and sleep are are two of the things that I need to live, I guess. So right now we're at 67, 68 degrees. Let's get back to, so I feel like once it starts heating up, it's probably going to heat up like super fast. So let's go ahead and crush up our cinnamon stick still. It smells really good, but I don't think you want to get this in your eye. I feel like that would be really painful. The thermometer says 69, but it's also touching the bottom of the bowl. So if it goes up, it's at like 70. I don't want to wake up anyone either. Maybe I should have started this part earlier. I think the oils from the nuts are making it hard to grind up the cinnamon. Hi, Shauna. You want to learn how to make chocolate-covered strawberries? I'm tempering chocolate. Yeah, exactly. Like, pass out when you're, like, driving a car or, like, riding a bike. I just get tired, and that's that, and I want to go to bed. And then I get mean. Okay, so where are we at now? I see why in cooking shows they do so many cuts, and they're like, oh, I had one in the oven already, because this takes a long time to do stuff like this. But this is nothing either. Like, oh, hello, little Roblox guy. You're new here? Nice to meet you. We're just tempering some chocolate to make like chocolate-covered strawberries that are like snappy when you bite into them. But we have to get our chocolate to 110 to 115 degrees. And so far we're only like, it's a 69 now again. 70? 71? Hurry up, you. But so this cinnamon is like probably the most problematic thing that I'm having right now. Because it just doesn't want to crush. Is that like horribly loud, guys, by the way? It's not like hurting your ears, is it? Let's see. Hello, Alex. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Alright, let's see. Well, yeah, the oils, I think, from the pecans are making it like really hard to crush the cinnamon. I don't know what we're going to do, guys. The whole plan is ruined now. I have to have my cinnamon, though. Come on. You think if I add more cinnamon in it, it'll make it worse or better? Okay, let's see. Yep, we're still in the 70s. Prepare, guys. It's going to be a long night. Oh, yeah, Peter Parker's here. You enjoyed that. Who thought it was going to fall? Can you imagine? Ooh, I would probably just immediately turn the stream off and go cry. Not my Ghirardelli chocolate. This is a little unstable. I'm going to move here. Oh, you're talking in chat? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be nosy. Let me see. That looks kind of weird, eh? Well, it's not working. It's not working at all, actually. Well, kinda. I'm gonna add more to it. Now I'm gonna have way too much cinnamon. How is that going to 70? Why is it lower? This hot plate, guys, is nothing. It doesn't help me at all. My grandma has dementia, so we had to turn the stove off because she was like, turning it on. and she would like turn it off properly, wouldn't turn it off properly, and kept forgetting it was on and stuff, and the house was like filling with gas. So obviously we had to do something about that. So we had to unplug the gas from the stove. And now at the moment, all I have is this hot plate and like a toaster oven. Well, it's an air fryer toaster oven at least. So I've been trying to learn how to cook with these two things. Talk about struggle meals. I'm just struggling to make them more than them being like gnarly. Why is it going down? Why is the water getting colder? I turned the heat up. Does the heat do the opposite? Nope, I can definitely feel it burning my skin because it's too close to it. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's see what temperature. 158. Oopsies. Okay, so that's probably not going to work. It was too high, actually, because it switched over to Fahrenheit. That's wonderful. Let's just take it off the heat then. No. That's ruined, isn't it? We'll see what we can do with it, okay? It might not be correct anyways. Yeah, the bottom isn't that hot, so I don't think it is. Oh, maybe I need a new battery. Let's take it off of the heat just in case. Whoops. There's no... Yeah, that's probably fine. So then we're going to take it off and we're going to cool it and pray to Jesus that it actually works because I just ruined it. You like the chocolate? Nice. I think it's okay. It doesn't smell burnt at least, so I think we're good. I'm just going to move it a lot to cool it down. Please, Jesus, let this work. That's the thing with the thermometer. Make sure it's actually properly functioning. I'm going to add a little bit of seed chocolate to it, is what they call it, to cool it. All right, let's see. And then it has to get to 87 to 91. You want to drink the overcooked chocolate? See? It's hard stuff because I'm stupid. That's the biggest problem I'm having. So now we got, we'll just add the rest. We'll add a little bit more. Hope it works. Cooking's hard. Oh, it looks great though. See, it doesn't look burned and it's not stiff. I just probably ruined it a little bit. We'll see. I'll check what it tastes like in a second. I'm not an expert. Like I said, I made this one time and I'm not very confident in it. Maybe I should get a less sensitive thermometer and read it more often. Like actually look at it and not see just a number. Remember to check that. Because I don't learn, I guess. It does look great. It looks perfect. Looks fine. Yeah, it does look good. Look at. We might be okay. Maybe I should get a new thermometer though, because if it's broken, it's not really worth having. But I think I just ruined it. Well, no, because this is 91 degrees and it's not 91 degrees in here. Maybe it's still hot. No, okay, this thing is broken. Thank God, though, because look, it says it's 88 degrees. Just this freezing cold chocolate. Hopefully, this was expensive. I don't want it to be broken, but I also don't want to screw up my strawberries. We're going to ignore this. Now we're just going to work off prayer. So I'm going to let it get cool. I don't know if it'll work now at all, but we'll see. It'll still be chocolate and strawberries, so how bad can it really be? It did fall on the floor. I dropped it on the floor, the thermometer, so it might just be broken. Or I just ruined everything. We'll see in the end. But it said it was like 90 degrees when the lukewarm chocolate was on it. And it was kind of cold when I touched it. So I don't know. So there's your chocolate. I have chocolate on my hand from when I tested the thermometer. Hold on, let me see if this is cool now. Jeez. Okay, we're going to put it back on because it feels just slightly warmer than skin temperature. Is it sad? It is a little sad, but it's okay. Hopefully it'll still work out. Got a bunch of chocolate on me now, though. I would usually like lick it off and clean my hands, but I don't really want to be on camera like licking my hands. Okay. And so now it's supposed to get to like 87 to 91, so we shouldn't leave it on there long at all. Like probably just like a couple of minutes. Maybe when you can like just note. Well, you know, what is the human body temperature? Is it like 87 degrees? I guess the best I can do, bring back the thermometer, demand a refund. Well, if I had, like, I didn't get it that long ago. If I had a receipt, I would test it and see if it was just me or the thermometer. I also don't want to blame the thermometer for my own asinine, like, actions either. If I did it, I did it. Okay? Okay? If I did it, then it was me. I'm sorry. But it's going okay still. We still have chocolate. It doesn't smell burnt, so that's good. That's what you want to avoid. You don't want it to seize, and you don't want it to burn. If we don't get tempered chocolate, we still at least have edible chocolate that isn't going to taste bad. Let me see. I have a Biscoff cookie. Let me see how it tastes. I can't tell yet. I need another one. Yeah. Still very much edible. And that's the best you can ask for. Shauna says, yeah, some stores are really good for that. Canadian Tire would take it back. I just think it's crazy that Canadian Tire has like a whole store where they sell food and like random objects. Because I thought it was just like a car place. But in Canada, I guess it's like a whole store. What am I making? Yeah, I'm making chocolate-covered strawberries, and I have crushed off Biscoff cookies and crushed up pecans, and I'm trying to crush up a cinnamon stick, but it hasn't been going very well. Because, look at this. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong over here. I probably have to put a lot more force than I really want to in it. Did you see that? I just threw it everywhere. But I need cinnamon for this. I just wasted like half the stick. It just went flying. But I need cinnamon for this. It'll ruin the whole thing. Do you guys think cinnamon and strawberries will go good together? I'm going to take this off the heat, I think, now. The heat was really low, at least. Okay. I probably shouldn't move that yet. Here's all my supplies that I have. Whisk for if I need to whisk. Measuring cup. These guys so I don't have to put my hand directly in chocolate. Hopefully that. And then if you want to put sprinkles, little containers. Okay, let's see, guys. Oh, and you know what else? Duh. Get some wax paper so that your strawbs don't stick. Okay. I have this pan to put them on. Get all this stuff out of the way. There's too much stuff. This is a tiny space. It is not good for what I'm doing. I don't even know what to do with my hands. Okay. I think I'm just going to make the Biscoff crumb pecan ones at this point. This has been such a hellish event. I need a pair of kitchen scissors. My kitchen scissors were stolen by my grandmother, and I don't know what she did with them. So I can't just use dirty scissors now. Let me clean my hands really quick. I hope my chocolate isn't getting too hard to use now. I guess I could pop it back on there. Just pour a bunch of rubbing alcohol on my hands so they're not filthy from the box. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you tried to do it once. Yeah, I've done it one time, but the thermometer was being really cool and working really well at the time, and also I didn't actually change it to Celsius that time. I did that when I was trying to make, what was I trying to make? Some candy, I don't even know now. So let's start dipping our strawbs, or maybe pouring it over. Let me see whatever works better. I wonder if this will be helpful or unhelpful. Kind of helpful, eh? Maybe I won't get it all over me now. I'm just going to pour it on. I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe I'll set it in there and kind of scoop it on instead. How thick should we put it? I heard someone complaining about chocolate being too thick on strawberries, and I thought they were mentally ill. So here's a straw, first one. It'll probably set because it looks fine. I don't know if it'll get all shiny, though. Please forgive me if it doesn't get all shiny, guys. Now we got to do this for 78 hours for each of the strawberries. So I'm just dipping it into the bowl so that you get one side, and then scooping it with your little spatula on the other side. How many of these do you think I can get away with before I have to put my Biscoff pieces onto it? I think I've done this before, but I don't think I did any of the tempering. I don't know. I might not have, actually. Oh, good. I got a leaf in my chocolate. That's what you... Oh, I just dropped it on the table. That'll be mine. Okay. Not really sure I'm liking the tongs, but I really don't want to get it all over my hands because I don't want to get my hoodie dirty. Yeah, this is Ghirardelli. I was using the Ghirardelli website to follow along with the directions until I horribly butchered it. But yeah, they're Ghirardelli chocolate chips, and the website has directions on tempering it if you don't know how, because I don't know how, as you know. We're back to this, and it's just flying everywhere. I swear I've done this before. I was trying to make pumpkin custard, because during the fall I cook a bunch of pumpkins down and make my own homemade pumpkin puree, and I wanted to make custard with it. So I used the AI, I think it's called Copilot on my computer. Nicest little thing. It's so friendly. But I used the AI to construct a custard recipe. But when I was making it, I didn't account for the fact that I was using real spices, like whole spices like this. And it turned out so hot and spicy that I had to cook it into cake so that way the flour would dim it, So I ended up making custard cupcake muffins in little heart-shaped pans. Oh, they were so good. I love them. It was pumpkin and cardamom is what it was. I used similar to pumpkin pie spices, but also cardamom. Oh, my mouth is watering. I absolutely love them. They were so good. That's getting a little bit better, thankfully. Let's do another one of these strawbs. I should be doing this a little bit faster. I guess I could melt it down again, but again, I don't know if how much that would mess up the whole, as if it's not going to now. I don't even know if it's actually going to do the snappy tempered chocolate thing. It looks kind of shiny though, so maybe we didn't completely ruin it, guys. I don't know. Hopefully not. I should definitely be putting some of the Biscoff on here though, because the cinnamon, it'll stick anyways. Okay, let's put a little bit of that. I'll show you once I get the Biscoff cookies on. Got a nice big piece and then a bunch of little fine pieces on it as well. This is exactly what I need, is Biscoff strawberries. And if the what I say, if the cinnamon works out, I think that'll be amazing. And then I'm gonna put pecans on them too. So I got some of these little crumbs. Don't forget the little crumbs. I think that'll be the best part of getting is like the best part of it will be getting little taste of each thing, and the crumbs will kind of make sure you get it in each bite. Unless you just eat it in one bite. Oh, hi, bud. How you doing, Maruki? I'm sorry, I don't think I've actually said your name out loud. I'm doing good. I'm just making some chocolate-covered strawberries with Biscoff crumbs. So here's what they look like so far. But I need to put some pecans on here before it gets too hard. We're going to put pecans on it. And if all goes well, I'm going to sprinkle it with cinnamon. But I don't know if that's going to work or not. One sad thing is that it's only on one side because it's sitting down on the parchment paper. So that I wonder if there's a device you can use to hang strawberries so that way you can do an even coat on the whole thing. I don't know. I really want to get in here and make sure you get some pecans. I hope that tastes good together. It seems like it would taste good together. Pecans, chocolate, cinnamon, strawberries. It can't be too bad. And if not, I'll cry. Hopefully it tastes good. I want you guys to like me. None of my kitties are over here. They're probably confused as to why I keep pulling the table next to the bed. Maybe I'll go get them if people are still on when I'm done. But I should be going to bed soon. Okay, so we got some pecans. Some pecans. They don't look that good, do they? It's kind of hard to see. Let me get closer. Just knock over all the steaming hot water onto my computer. Can you see them? All right, let's see. I'm going to look into... Well, thank you. I'm going to look into seeing how to mix the flavors into the chocolate because I would really love to make different flavored chocolate. Like I could have had Biscoff flavoring in here because I have it, but I was worried about adding it. This is cookie butter extract, and I wanted to mix this into the chocolate, but I was worried I would ruin it because when you put liquid in chocolate, sometimes it'll make it seize, which means it gets all hard and nasty. I guess you can't even see if it's shiny. Hopefully it at least gets cracked then. Maybe I should make a few plain ones. Just to see. I'll make at least one plain one. Put a little sprinkles on it to see if it actually worked. This takes a while. I seen a woman who made chocolate-covered blueberries, and that sounded so good, and it seemed like it took a while, but she was putting a toothpick into the berry and dipping them one by one, which I almost feel like you could just, like, pour the blueberries into the chocolate and, like, get them out, couldn't you? Instead of, like, taking the... Uh-oh, see? Glad I have those. Instead of taking the time to do each one and use a different toothpick per blueberry. You gotta have a lot of patience for stuff like that. I mean, I made puff pastry, which it takes time. That's like a whole other thing. That's what stops me from making boba pearls because I can't find them. I guess I could order them online, but I have thought about making them myself. Now that's time consuming. Put a little bit more chocolate on this one. It looks naked. Now that would be time consuming. What's going on, chat? It's not easy. It's not easy to do stuff like that. Well, maybe even if it's not like hard per se, it's time consuming. Like puff pastry wasn't super hard, but it was very time consuming. And tedious is not the same as hard. That's what I've learned cooking. Like something being tedious is not the same as it being actually hard to do. It's just how badly do you want to do it? Because there's a lot of stuff that I would rather just like pay someone else to do for me, like buy a product. But speaking of like paying someone else to do it for you, did you know that you can make like Rice Krispie cereal, like the puffed rice? You can do that at home. And I've been really curious about that. I think I'm going to look into it and make my own Rice Krispie cereal stuff, because I know how to make marshmallow. I've talked about that before. But what if I make Rice Krispie treats, and not only do I make the marshmallow, but I make the crispy cereal for it too? How good would that be? Well, I don't know if it would be good. I think that's like bragging rights, eh? I made my own crispy cereal for my Rice Krispie treats. No one could ever say anything bad about me again if I did that. Don't talk about her that way. Don't you know she makes Rice Krispie treats from scratch? Oh, what, you mean like she melts the marshmallows and adds the cereal? No, man, she makes the cereal, okay? Then what are they going to say? Nothing. They will say nothing. They will be in awe. I pretty much did make puff pastry, though, just because, well, I wanted to make it, and my mom was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth doing it. You should just buy it. It's not worth it. And I was like, oh, really? You don't think I could do it? You say it's not worth it. You say it is worth it. Like, I love my mom, but she was so wrong about that. It was so good. Took a long time, but it tasted really good, so it was worth it. Okay, so here are the strawberries. I think I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla powder and some sprinkles on the ones that I just made. Yes, that's right, vanilla powder. This stuff is great. It doesn't cook out of your dish the way that like liquid vanilla will, because liquid vanilla is made with alcohol, but it cooks out a lot faster, I guess. So, I guess I'll just have to do it like I'm sprinkling glitter. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. I hope it doesn't look like I just sprinkled nose droogs, if you will. I heard someone saying droogs for code so that they wouldn't get censored. I thought that was funny. Okay, let's see. There's like a big piece of vanilla on one. Hold on. I can't even get it. Someone's going to get an extra taste of vanilla now, I guess. Sprinkles, sprinkles. Oh, I'll tell you about these. I don't know if you'll think this is gross or not, but you don't understand. You've probably eaten this so many times and didn't even know. Okay. I didn't know when I bought this, but I kind of just accepted it because it's in a lot of stuff. These sprinkles, look at how pretty they are. Rainbow sugar sprinkles. These are made with something called shellac, okay? And shellac is like the excretion of a bug, similar to what honey is. And they use it to make like candy coating and stuff. It's very popular. It's been around for a long time. So you've definitely eaten some if you've eaten like candy coated. I just spilled it everywhere. Whoopsies. If you've eaten like candy that's like has a coating on it or anything like that, I guess. I don't really think they look that cute though. So let's see what else we got. You've eaten it before. Just accept it. They have these. They're like star-shaped sprinkles, little tiny baby stars. And I like these. I have like a emotional attachment to these because when I was little, my mom made me a birthday cake and she had these on it. And I was in the store and I was standing there and I looked at my mom and I looked at my mom and I said, "Hey, you put those on my birthday cake, didn't you?" And she's like, "Oh yeah." And I went to buy them and she's like, "You don't gotta buy them just because they were on your birthday cake." I'm like, "I literally do though, okay? You don't get it. You don't understand how special that was for me." Okay, weird things like that really stand out to me in my childhood. Like the strangest, I get attached to very strange things. These ones look kind of ugly, so we're not gonna do that again. If it was white chocolate, it would be really pretty. But look, that looks just like awful, terrible. Yucky. The other ones look great. The Biscoff ones, they look super good. Let me get these out of the way. And I have one plain. But I guess the vanilla one isn't too flavored. And now we have a whole nother sheet to do. What am I stepping on? Probably sprinkles, eh? Let me heat this up. I'm just going to pop it back on the hot water. That should do it. And I don't think we're going to need to make anything else because we have a whole, like, half a tray of these strawberries left. And if I do make anything else, it'll probably just be like an individual chocolate coin or something. There's not much left. I did not like the way those sprinkles look at 2 people left because they didn't like the way that they looked with sprinkles. I don't blame them. I have a lot of sprinkles though. I have gold. I have these like pastel. Can you see these things? Pastel. And then I have the normal nonpareils, I think they're called. Very cute stuff. This would look better, I think, than the other one at least. Let me close my vanilla powder so it doesn't go everywhere. See? It looks like powdered sugar. It tastes super good too. And let me get back to the cinnamon for now because you can. I will still be able to put the cinnamon on if I ever get it working. Yes, gold sprinkles. Did you see? I usually use them if I bring something to church or just anytime I bake something. If I want to make it look cute, I tend to use the gold sprinkles. It's like one of my paintings fell on the floor. I'm trying not to step on it, and I don't want to touch it because my hands are covered in chocolate. See? They're like my signature sprinkle. Let's see. Okay, so that's melted again. It doesn't take too long. They are aesthetically pleasing. That's why I use them so much. Oh, hello. Glad you came back. I thought you left because of how hideous my sprinkled chocolates looked. I can't wait to get white chocolate and make those little protein bites. I want to make... You like them? I'm glad you like them, Shauna. I want to make these protein cake bites. And I've talked about them on here before, but I want to tell Ralph and Shauna and Roblox guy. I have chickpea flour, which is made with chickpeas, which is a protein. And I want to make like an edible cookie dough with it. And then I want to make like a cookie dough truffle. But I'm going to use the birthday cake flavor one. Watch someone take my idea and it just goes viral. And everyone's like, you're just making what everyone else is making. That'll be fun. Okay, chocolate is melted again. It's still off, but the water is in there and it's still hot because it takes a while. But you know what I forgot? I have to cover this with parchment paper. I'm going to set these onto my cookies. I'm trying not to get my hands dirty. I don't want to touch a bunch of stuff and get my hands dirty. I could never cook professionally. I would be too scared to like kill someone with food poisoning or that they'll think I'm dirty or something if I like mess up. So I wash my hands like a bunch of times when I cook, but I still wouldn't feel comfortable doing that and handling someone else's food. I mean, like I could cook for my friends and stuff. I just do this. I just like clean my hands over and over again and things. It would just be way too much pressure. For example, I was working at this one place in the town I used to live at. They were like a small business kind of restaurant. And they had like red meat, like bloody red roast beef that they would make sandwiches with. And I think I'm the only one that would like wash my hands when I used it. Like every time I would touch it, I would go and wash my hands because it's got blood. You would think that would be like what you should do, but they were getting all mad because I was taking too long to clean my hands in between touching ready blood meat. So not for me. Not for me, friends. What do I think about cake pops? I think they could be done better. I seen one that was made with cream cheese, and that would probably be better, but I don't really like them traditionally. So I don't know if you can see this. Let me pop this over here. You can't see it even worse now, but the chocolate melted again. So I'm just pouring it and dipping it and whatnot. Gotta make sure it's coated semi-evenly or else it defeats the whole purpose. And I don't think I'm going to have that much. Like I said, I'm not going to have that much back. Tiny bit OCD when it comes to washing my hands. Yeah, Ralph, I don't blame you, man. It's better to be like that than one of those people that just walk in and out of the restroom and don't even clean their hands. There's way too many. I've heard stories. I've heard stories about people that don't wash their hands, like even after using the restroom. And you think about how many people don't wash their hands when they like use the restroom and stuff, and then you walk behind them like in public. Definitely wash your hands before you eat, or at the very least, like obsessively cover them in rubbing alcohol. Yeah, no, a lot of people. I guess a lot of people are like that. I'm not like a neat freak. I'm actually pretty disorganized, if you couldn't tell. But there's a whole difference between that and not being clean, especially if you work in food or something. You're not safe in public. Every once in a while when I get out of the store, I'll be so hungry and I'll just like start eating something and remember, you didn't clean your hands. But I have Crohn's disease, so hopefully like my super immune system. You thought all people wash their hands? No, man. Woo. You're supposed to, but no, not everyone washes their hands, like even after pretty gross stuff, I guess. What is on this? Chocolate? Probably. It's unfortunate. So, and you know, when I used to work at a restaurant, I used to work at Subway, okay? And I was getting sick when I would eat there, and I didn't really know why. I thought it was because I ate there so much, the bread was like making me physically sick. And one day, my supervisor, I'm not going to name names or anything, but she dropped a stack of cheese, like a big stack of cheese on the ground, okay? She picked it up. I think she rinsed it, and then she put it back into the container. Yeah. Yep. And I was like, well, no wonder I'm getting sick. I'm eating floor cheese, and I don't even know it. People are gross. Yeah, floor cheese. Mm-hmm. One time when I was working there, this girl had strep throat, and I'm on an autoimmune suppressant for my issues. She just, and this is Subway. We handled, everyone left because it was gross. 2 people ducked out of there. So, yeah, Subway floor cheese. Cheese right off of a Subway floor. No, it's a sandwich place, if you don't know. But one time when I worked at Subway, this girl, she had strep throat, and instead of taking the time off and going and getting antibiotics like you're supposed to, she came to work, and I'm not even kidding you. I was just like, okay, I'm going to go straight to the ER after this because I can't get sick like that. I want to say that my immune system is strong enough to handle like maybe like something gross, like some random germ or whatever. But in reality, if I got sick, it could very easily make me like cease to exist. So this brat comes to work. She's like, oh God, I can't miss work. Oh, I gotta look out for myself. I can't miss work. It's like you're ruining everyone else now. So I had to go to the doctor. I had to go to the ER to get medication for it immediately because like you wait for a doctor appointment like that, you're gonna end up with strep throat. And so I couldn't work for like a week. Like literally, this jerk comes to work because she doesn't want to miss work, and I get sick and miss a week of work. I couldn't afford that. I was paid like $8 an hour at the time. It was a few years ago. I don't think fast food makes that much more money now, though. So yeah, I had to miss almost a week. I want to say, hopefully not that long, but still too long. Considering I wasn't the one that brought it there. Oh, I should have reported her, but I didn't. I just started taking antibiotics and didn't go to work and just missed and got behind because someone didn't want to be responsible. Like, I gotta take care of my kids. You don't matter because I have to take care of my kids. I get you gotta take care of your kids, but you work at a food place. You can't spread disease everywhere. Felt like I've been like attacked by like biological warfare or something. Your life is ruined because of me, and I don't care because it's what's best for me type deal. We're almost done with these strawberries, so if you can't believe it. Yeah, these were getting close. These were getting close to not being delicious, so we caught them right in time. Like, I think, like, if I waited till tomorrow or the next day, they would have been, like, rotted, so it's starting to get a little bit questionable, but all of them are good. I checked. That's the thing about fruit and vegetables, is that if you get it, you got to work fast with it. That's what, when I go shopping, I like to go to the store, and ideally, I would go to the store probably 2 or 3 times a week and just get a few things to prepare meals for the next couple of days. I just dropped one. My mom hates that, though. She hates it. I don't know why. She hates going places. I don't drive. I am, believe it or not, terrified to drive. Bad car accident. I wasn't driving, but yeah. Oof, indeed. Yeah. So, yep. I should, like, took her to court. Made her pay my missed salary that a teacher. I don't think they would do. Well, what would happen if someone was, like, known to intentionally go to a food place when they knew they had strep throat and work the whole shift and keep going when you have strep throat? What do you think would happen? Do you think she would have gotten in trouble for that? I hope not in too much trouble, but at the same time, you could really get someone sick doing that. I.e. me. I really don't like to do stuff like that, though, you know, but I get that she needs money. We all need money. That's not unique to her, you know. I hate driving. I'm forced to sometimes. It's scary, man. Very scary. A lot of these people don't know how to drive. And I'm not, like, incredibly anti-weed, because I understand that it does serve medical purposes. I have Crohn's disease. It definitely serves some medical purposes. But there are a whole bunch of weed shops around here now. Horrible. Like, and a lot of people don't know how to drive. And then they get, and I'm not trying to be mean. My ex-boyfriend, like, used to drive around with a one-hitter vape, and he used to vape while he drove, and he got into, like, 3 car accidents in, like, a month and a half. Nothing serious, thank God. I'm sure he was happy, because I was in the car with him one time. I'm sure he was happy it wasn't serious, but you still got into, like, 3 small car accidents because you want to vape and drive. And since I do those things, I don't feel like I should be behind the wheel, typically. But don't worry, I never got my license taken away or anything. I never got it. I was traumatized. I got into a bad accident where a drunk hit me and this girl that I like see her as my little sister. We don't talk, but I like love that girl so much. This woman was drunk, going like 90 to 100 something maybe miles an hour, like really fast. And it was dark, and she hit us from behind. She hit us so hard that the car like swerved off into the other oncoming traffic lane. And I was really out of it. Like, I actually you would think, why are you scared if you can hardly remember it? I don't know, but I am deeply scared, and I hardly remember it happening. I remember after, my memory started working, like, right when we got out of the car, because I was just sitting there like, what? And she's like, get out of the car. So we got out through the window, and now we got our strawberries. And we got out through the window, and as we were like staring, someone got distracted by the other car that was in the other lane still. So they were looking at the lady that hit us, and they couldn't see us because we were like horizontally in the road. And this woman hits exactly where I was sitting, like where the door that I was sitting. This dude actually in this big truck hits exactly where I was sitting because he's staring at the other car accident. Yep, it does look good, eh? Okay, let's put some of these cookie pieces onto here. So that was pretty bad. And when I was riding my bike, I was going through a stop sign, and the lady wasn't really paying attention, but thank God she was doing like a rolling stop at least, so she wasn't going full speed, but she hit my back tire. Ruined my bike. My dad just got me this really cute little pink bike, and she hit it and ruined the frame. And we got out of she got out of the car and I was freaked out, so I started yelling. And she started yelling at me, and she started talking about how she was like going through a divorce, and then we both started crying, and then we both hugged. And then she was really upset. She didn't mean to hit me with her car, guys, okay? She didn't mean to. Make sure you get a lot of those cookie crumbs on there. I want to do that more this time. I don't think I got enough on the last one. She didn't mean to hit me with her car, guys. But the cops were like, she was saying to the cops, I want to get her a new bike, and they're like, oh, don't do that. That'll be admitting fault. But she's like, but it was my fault. At least I was hit by like the most honest person on the road. So she did. She bought me a new bike, and she bought me a helmet. And she got me a new, wait, no, not a helmet. She got me a new seat for the bike because it had a crappy bike, and I was stepping down for sure because the bike that my dad gave me was so cute. So cute. And then I didn't pay for it to get fixed. I wonder if I could, I don't have it anymore, so never mind. I can't pay for it to get fixed. So I'm scared of cars. Can you blame me? Yeah, she is cool. Drive on the highway. Well, back before I had all those accidents, I used to work like down the road from like a gas station, and at night I would take my bike up on the freeway, but in a kind of a more isolated spot. And riding in the dark on that like hill, it felt like surreal. It was like terrifying and interesting at the same time. Like you're like riding in space. So we got these crumblies on here so far. Looking good. Now let's get these pecans. Because I think that would be really, I love, they're toasted pecans. Take the time. It makes a difference. Believe me. Toasted pecans have like just a deeper flavor. All toasted nuts. If you toast your nuts, if you're like coating something in it. And I was like, well, they tell you to toast your nuts when you bake stuff sometimes too. I was worried, like, do you think that would burn them if you toast them and then you bake them, or can they be heated that long? You like surreal moments like that. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's actually kind of a pleasant memory, as scary as it was. That was before I was that scared. It's hardening though. It's working. We got chocolate, guys. We did it. We made chocolate. It's hardening. It took too long. I think I can get some on here. Hold on. Let me try. They all have to be equal. These are dirty. Not like gross dirty, but like they're kind of sloppy. There's so much on here. I just wish I could get in here more. I'm going to have a bunch left over on the paper. That's okay. It won't get wasted. I can always throw the rest in like cookies or in oatmeal or something. Okay, so we got these filthy, dirty ones ready. Yeah, let's get back to our cinnamon though, because I still want to put that cinnamon on here. I got one more strawberry. Oh, geez. I'm probably going to, I'll deal with it. Well, I should do it now before it gets, I'll probably just make another plain one this time. Oh, it's all hard now though. Uh-oh. Gross. It's still chocolating. Just barely. Okay. Chocolate. Hardly, but it's there. What's going on? As long as she didn't mean to. Yeah, she didn't mean to hit me with her car, Shauna. Let me see if this water is hot still. It's not. I'm going to rinse my hands off in it. Hold on. Well, I mean, it's hot, but it's not burning me. There's so much chocolate on my hands. I don't like it. And then I'll take this out of the way because we're done with it too. Perfect. Okay, hold on. Can't believe I didn't seize that chocolate. I'm getting better, eh? All right, here we go. And here are the other strawberries that we already made. I'm going to set these on top of the chocolate thing and get rid of this. Chocolate. That tastes really good, though. It's largely milk chocolate with like a half a cup of 60% cocoa. So it's just a little bit richer. I still don't like the way the sprinkle ones look. Here. See? They harden though. Well, they are hardening. That's for sure. And they look like they might end up shiny. We'll see. Do you guys know if you have to let them cool to put them in the fridge? Or can you put them in the fridge to solidify it? Because I don't want to mess it up after all that work. What time is it? 3 o'clock. I'm so tired. I wasn't that tired at all until I realized the time and that I have to be awake to finish it. Is that really loud? I'm sorry if it's really loud. It's getting there, but it's not going to be dry. There's so much oil in here. I messed up, guys. I messed up. Oh, hold on. It's taking us 1 hour and 10 minutes. That looks weird, eh? Let's do it like this. Ow. You're not tired? It's hardly working. Maybe if I put something in here to absorb the oil a little. My bunny fell. My rabbit fell. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can absorb some of this oil. This might not be a good idea, but we're going to try it. As long as it's not a dangerous idea, we can use bad ideas. Maybe. Let's see. You're reporting me? What did I do? What did I do? Is it because this thing's so loud? Oh, because of... Yeah. Well, that was horrible. People are going to, clip that. Don't do it. I'm not strong enough. Oh, she's kidding because of how weird that looks. Shauna, he's going to fight you, bro. No, she's kidding. That's like my bestie. That's my bestie. All right, let's see. It looks like wood chips. Yeah, you better get in line, Shauna. It smells good. It smells really good. Do you think I should restart? I'm thinking what happened was that pecan oil definitely messed us up. Let me redo it. Because it's taking so long. That'll be fine later, but I gotta find something to clean this with. Hold on. Gotta absorb the oil. Oh, my cayenne pepper is over here, but I don't have enough chocolate to make them. Oh, she's not. No, she's not. Shauna's amazing. All right, let's see. Yeah, look at all that oil from the pecans. I should have reevaluated this whole thing. Maybe I need a new one of these, Shauna. Maybe I need multiple. That would be good. Me and Shauna have been working on a list of, well, it's been a while, but we were working on a list of tools that you would need to get seriously into baking. Have novice level, then intermediate level, and then expert, but we're getting there. It's the oil. Okay, so there's a lot of oil and cinnamon in the sticks too. But what happened was I ground up some pecans in there, and they were all oily and delicious. And so the oil, I think, got my cinnamon in all wet. Gross as that sounds. So I was trying to crush it, but it wasn't making a powder. It was making almost like a spicy paste. All right. Oh, imagine homemade cinnamon rolls with this. I made some form of cinnamon-like roll before. That's just going everywhere. They weren't made just with cinnamon. I used cinnamon and cardamom, which is my favorite spice. Shauna, did you ever have cardamom yet? Did any of you guys have cardamom? Roblox guy, are you making a list? Are you making a list of tools, or do you mean you're confused about the oil? Okay, yeah, no, it's just because I had crushed pecans in this earlier, and I think it made it way too wet in there with the pecan oil. Hold on. I'm gonna go off camera because this is loud. Can you guys answer me about whether or not that's too loud? Is that like grating into your ears? I don't want it to be. It's just like, I don't know how this is. It went so much better the other times that I've used this too. Not for you? Okay, no, it's not too loud. That's good. That's good. First couple of times I used it, it went great. It's already going better this time, so that's good. Can someone look up something for me really quickly? If someone can you see if you can put chocolate in the fridge before it sets, or if it has to set all the way? If you can't do it, I'll do it in a second. I'm just trying to get the cinnamon together. Yeah, this is going way better though. Here, I'll show you. And just keep in mind now how much oil was in there. You seen how it looked before, didn't you? See how dry it looks now? That's the pecans. That means they're going to be really good pecans. I tasted them. They were good. I should get nut oils. Like, they probably sell, like, pecan oil. I should get some of that. It's going a lot better. I don't know how much longer. Like, I can't believe how much longer it took last time just because it was a little bit wet there. It smells so strong. It's so nice. Don't get this in your eye, bro. I think I'm going to, like, always wear my glasses when I cook because I constantly get stuff in my eyes and I hate it. That or I have, like, tactile hallucinations and think I am. One of the two. Either way, this prevents that. Yeah, this is probably almost done. Just well, no, not quite. Gotta be really careful not to throw it everywhere. I was using the table, but the table's like kind of janky, and I really, really don't want to drop all my berries. Jeez, I'm gonna be strong after this. I need like someone with big muscles to come join the set or something and just be responsible for grating spices and washing dishes. Come on. Yeah, it's going way better when it's forced down like this, but if those fall, dude, you're all gonna laugh at me and I'm gonna cry. Do you think if I go to bed at like 3, 4, and I wake up at like 9:45, I won't feel like I'm dying? But is that like 5 and almost 6 hours almost? Maybe I shouldn't push it. Maybe I should go to bed just a little bit earlier than that. Kind of have dishes to wash. I guess those can wait. I guess they can wait till tomorrow. I get out of work early, so. I do things on my time around here. No, I'm just kidding. I'll definitely do them as soon as I can, but I'm going to want to sit down for a little bit after this, okay? Shauna, what are you doing? Ralph, what are you doing? Roblox Guy, what are you doing today? And the silent fourth person, what are you doing? Sorry, I'm not trying to call you out. I have pistachio coffee. It's literally pistachio flavored coffee. It's so good. Some vanilla bean creamer. You don't want to use the normal vanilla bean. Working on the game. Oh, cool. I need this just to finish what I'm doing. All right, let's see. I got like 2 people unsubbed when they saw my new music video. It's like, one, I'm a sad girl, okay? Sometimes I'm just sad. But that's okay. They probably don't know what the heck is going on over here. They're like, she's cooking? Yeah, well, I'm the, like, again, Christian Beat Baker. I'm going to be doing some cooking and some baking and in general things of that nature. Don't hold me back. Don't force me into a box. It's fun to cook on live. I get to talk to everyone. I'm exploring out of the bounds in a game I play. What game can I know? Are you playing the game that Ralph is working on? However, you should only leave them in for a few minutes, just long enough for the chocolate to harden. If you keep them in the fridge for too long, condensation, it'll make the chocolate sweat. Wait, you have to leave strawberries out of the fridge? Guess I gotta eat them all right now. They'll just get sweaty, I guess. I'll just have some sweaty strawberries. This is way better. I'll show you like here in a few seconds. Well, no, I can show you now, and then I'll just do it again. See, look how much better that looks. Yeah, those pecans are probably really good. How much of the pecan flavor did I lose then from doing that? Maybe we should stick to the classic rolling pinning them. Might just have to do that. Because the plastic bag or something probably won't absorb as much of it as the rock absorb. Well, I don't know. I've wondered about these. Like, does this rock absorb oils? Probably not, or else they wouldn't use it, right? You know, even gemstones can absorb oil from your skin. You're quoting Copilot. Copilot doesn't really usually lead me and Shauna wrong. AI is interesting. How about you guys, chat? Do you use your AI Copilot? It's friendly. Sad though, it forgets everything you say to it. One time it was acting like it remembered what I was talking about from a previous session, and then I was asking it later if it remembers stuff, and it said no, it didn't. So was it pretending to remember what we were talking about before? Did it like... Why would it do that? It's not sentient. Hopefully. Maybe my AI has a demon in it. Probably not. Probably not. Oh, that's so funny. Someone like walked in as soon as I was saying that and left. I was watching this cooking show and this girl was talking about the demon in the AI. Yeah, AI is a whole other rabbit hole from chocolate covered strawberries. You're right. It's a very different topic. I came here for chocolate covered strawberries. I'm just like terrified. I'm just waiting for all of my stuff to fall on the ground. This is a labor of love. My God, look at, we've been making chocolate covered strawberries for an hour and a half. How long do you think it takes the normal person? Yeah, basically just autocomplete. How long? Hopefully. It's a whole different kind of AI. It's not the kind of AI that like learns in the same way. It's just, I don't know. I don't know enough about that. But how long do you think it takes a normal person to make chocolate covered strawberries? Am I at least doing okay for time? Look at, it's almost done. I don't want to use it this way though, because there's giant chunks and I don't want anyone to like bite into a huge chunk of cinnamon because it's super strong. That wouldn't be fun, dude. That would not be fun. It's I don't think it's gonna get that shine, chat. I don't think it's gonna get that shine. 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Yeah, you should have this done like an hour ago, man. Okay, you make chocolate strawberries, Shauna, and you tell me how long it takes you. Oh my, see, something just fell. Hold on. Oh, okay, it's good. So my grandma's not home. We had like the worst. I had like the worst couple of nights. I talked to the police officers twice just in the last 2 days. Because she's got, you know, her issues. And she was like walking off and telling people she's lost. She was like right across the road. Like, it's getting bad. And she's getting very aggressive. And someone called the cops because she was saying she was lost and she wouldn't come back home. I was trying to get her to come back. But she's like all mad. She thinks that I'm like, okay, so she does this thing where she will hide her like phone and her purse and whatever. That's fine. But then she forgets where she puts it. And then she like accuses me and my mother of like taking her stuff. And this has been happening like every day. So finally, I'm like having a breakdown. But my uncle took her to his house for a couple of days. Thank God. It doesn't happen that often, so I'm very happy about it because she needs to get out of the house too. And she doesn't usually want to now. We like to take her out, and like the last couple of times she really wasn't that interested. So going to my uncle's house is a nice break for her because it's always good to get out of the house. Even if she's old and has dementia, she still should do stuff. She doesn't have a lot of hobbies though either, so that's sad. Always build hobbies. Build a bunch of hobbies so that way when you're older and you can't do like as much as you would have when you were younger, you still have your hobbies. How long have I been just grating cinnamon? This is something I think I should do before I get on stream. What do you think? Shauna's like, you've been doing this for 25 minutes. Let's see. Still too. Labor of love, chat. Labor of love. I hope it's not too loud. If it's not too loud right next to the freaking camera, it's probably not too loud generally. Just don't. I have like, this is a condominium, so there's people in these other areas, but I'm in the basement. As you know, I am a creepy basement dweller. It's almost done now. I know I said that like 87 times, but it actually is almost done this time. It was working much better on the table, but I don't want to shake my table too much. I'll do it for a little bit longer, though. I crushed a sprinkle. I thought, like, is that chalk? I thought it was chalk. It is a crushed sprinkle. You guys chew on chalk ever? You guys chew on weird stuff? Shauna knows about my chalk chewing. I don't do it that much, okay? I just had an urge. Hobbies are very important. When you get older and you can't do as much and you don't have a lot of friends, because I don't have a lot of friends like in real life now, but when you get older and you have nothing to do, you'll have your hobbies. I wish she would get into more stuff. I've been trying to get her into more stuff. It's hard. She doesn't like change. I don't like change either, though. So I have the next couple of nights to chill and not have to wrangle an old lady. I love her, but I need a break. Like I do. It's sad. It's sad, but dementia is a demon, like metaphorically. It's terrible. I think I got it now. Everyone's all bored with me. I like to do these chats while I cook because I get to talk to you guys. It's nice. One of my favorite things is cooking with people. Like if me and Shauna lived closer, we would be obese. Shauna's a heckin' good cook too. I wonder how many people are upset with me for doing cooking streams when I'm a music channel. Hopefully not a lot of people. They're just my live streams, okay? I gotta figure out how to set up music live streams where I can like work on my music while I stream. Dang, this is taking forever, eh? That would be great. Okay. It's a lot of cinnamon. Look at that. That's like one stick of cinnamon. It's quite a bit. So we're just going to put them onto our Biscoff ones. I don't want them on the sprinkle ones. You like the cooking streams? I'm glad. Thanks for joining. That's a little bit too much cinnamon. Oh, I hope I don't ruin this now. It's hard. Cooking is hard. I didn't put any goodies on that one strawberry. It just got a little bit of crumbs. It must have been too hard by the time I got to it to put pecans on. Okay, so these ones. That's nice. I think my parents are going to be here tomorrow to work on this leak that's going on in my house. I don't even know what it is, but it's like one of the pipes are leaking. And it's got to be fixed because I don't want the house to rot, obviously. So that's great. So that's been having a really hard time with water lately. My basement almost flooded because someone flushed a baby wipe down the toilet. My poor neighbor, it almost like totally ruined her downstairs. So I don't know, but I'm blessed, immensely blessed, because even though ours did in fact get a little bit of a flood going, it absolutely did not get too bad. What is that? Hold on. Okay, I guess I spilled some water. I'm like, no, it's not leaking again, is it? Now I'm like super paranoid about it. Okay, so I got our cinnamon on the strawbs. I would like to remove them. It's not hard. It's not crispy yet, but it is hard. So I should probably start cleaning now. Water is no joke. Like that floor is probably going to have to be replaced now, I think. A few days can just do horrible damage to the wood. I don't want mold, but I'm almost wondering if that's part of why my allergies have been so bad. It hasn't even been that long, though, but the temperature is getting warm. So that's like a grounds that the mold can really thrive in. Dealt with a few floods. Yeah, it was just the water system got clogged by someone flushing a baby wipe. And then it was like coming in through the drain in the basement. And thank God we only had like a couple of big puddles. The poor neighbor, her basement was like flooded. Like absolutely flooded. I feel so bad for them. He's a firefighter and she's a nurse. Like they don't need to deal with that. Oh gosh. Horrible, because it's all connected. There's like a bunch of different houses. And so if one person messes up the plumbing, it can hurt like all of us on the same line. I guess like across the street they have a different line, and then on this block we have the same line. So yeah, sucks. Oh, I can't wait. If I ever get like successful at anything or even like mildly affluent, I would just get like a house, like another house in the country, like where I grew up, because I don't want someone else on my septic line ruining my water. You guys ever have well water? It's pretty good, actually. I grew up in the sticks. Can you believe it? You literally, like, there was nothing around. So, like, go and look around in a field to have fun type of deal. Fields are fun, though. There's lots of cool stuff in there. You can find, like, little tiny strawberries growing in the weeds during the summer. We used to go, like, catching snakes and stuff. It's a good time. We had a bunch of lizards, and we used to go out and, like, get grasshoppers to feed them. Mm-hmm. Your teacher used to reward you with well water? Really? You really liked it that much? I'm trying to figure out a way that I can move. Do you think I should let them sit and get, like, harder before I take them off the sheet? Shauna said to put them in the fridge for 2 minutes. Right? It sounds beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was amazing. Like, if I had kind of a traumatic upbringing, but it's beautiful out there. Okay, let me show you these. Beep. Here are my strawbs. I should have just done them all with the Biscoff because the sprinkles look really nasty, actually. They look gross. They kind of look like a kindergartner did it. So here they are. There's a whole bunch of leftovers on the plates, though. But I'm going to go put these in the fridge really quick. I should probably actually end the stream. As much as I don't want to, I have to work tomorrow. But thanks, everyone, for coming in and making the chocolate-covered Biscoff pecan cinnamon strawberries. I can't wait to eat these. If you want, I can post a picture of them in my community so that you can see it over on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I have a music channel. It's like a music Instagram, and it has my art on there and stuff too. And I post baked goods all over it. It's called The Sugar Bat. The Sugar Bat. And you'll know it's me because it'll be a picture of me. But thanks everyone for joining. It was really fun talking with you. It would have been kind of lonely without y'all, so I appreciate it. And I'll let you know how this turns out. I don't think they're going to be shiny, though. But we'll see. They definitely look tasty, at least. All right. Love y'all. Bye.